Are you ready, Eloise? Come on, dance party. Let's see it. How's everyone doing today? Eloise, I have Eloise with me. She's painting. I'm about to work on a giant base project for one of my friends. Eloise, what are you working on?
So I was eavesdropping on the stream the other day while trying to save capitalism, and I heard my name said more than once saying, "We would have played Eldar, but Eloise is not done with her project." So I'm working on my project.
And what is that project that you're working on?
I am making Protoss Eldars. So currently we are painting the Coriandra's friend Scorpions?
Striking Scorpions.
Striking Scorpions. And we are painting them as Dark Eldar because Coriandra's is wow, not Artemis. What's his name? Zeratul. Well, he could be Artemis too, but that's neither here nor there. Coriandra's is Zeratul, so that's Coriandra's. Ooh, cannot see. As more colors go on him, it should be easier to see him.
So you should probably take a step back. Not Dark Eldar in the 40k universe. The Dark Eldar in what universe?
No, Dark Templar, my bad.
Yeah, Eloise is working on her army, and she wants it to be Protoss themed, so she has a whole bunch of stuff ready to go, and we want to use it. We want to show it in a battle report, so we got to paint it up.
You know what I love more than anything else.
And then what I'm working on is, earlier today, I made a base, and I wanted to try some marble effects, so I cut out some plastic, and let's see if we can get that to focus a little better. Yeah, slightly better. Alright, so I'm making some bases, and I want them to be marble effects for a Custodes friend of mine who's redoing his 2,000 point Custodes army, and they're all going to be this. So I have all the bases cut out, or set up. I need to cut a bunch of plastic cards.
Look at error.
The error is the same error that we have all the time.
What is it?
We're not receiving enough video to retain the stream quality, and that is because of the computer.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, we're streaming at 60 frames per second. Like, we have both cameras going. I don't know why that error pops up all the time. Maybe it's because it's not interesting enough.
I mean...
Alright. Let's get hobbying. So what are you planning on painting? So you got your Striking Scorpions, and what else?
The bikes. All the bikes.
All the bikes?
A lot of bikes. And I am not a too thin coat kind of person.
You're not a tooth and go kind of person? Duncan would be very upset with you.
Mm-hmm. So what are you working on?
Yeah, I'm making some bases in a marble theme, and what I'm doing is I'm going to be cutting up a whole bunch of plastic art because I want to make a mosaic on these bases. So I'm trying to get a whole bunch of slightly different shapes, and we're going to piece every single shape out on the base as we go, throwing in some Imperial Eagles, some pillars, all sorts of fun stuff.
Up.
What's your 2,000 point list?
Korean dress and some striking scorpions. 3 night spinners? Question mark.
Do you have 3 night spinners?
No, 2 is a good number.
2's a good number. All right.
2 night spinners. 2 walkers.
Yeah. I know you're not like planning on taking those optimized Eldar army just because you don't have the pieces yet.
Mhm.
But you're taking a fun Eldar army. It sounds like.
Like it's a game or something.
Oh my god! How dare you have fun and a good time?
I know. Well, and that's my problem. That's why I'm making myself an Eldar army, because a fun game is a balanced game, you know? Not one where you're rolling over your opponent or your opponent is rolling over you. And since my other army is sisters, yeah, if I want a fun game, I need to play Eldar, even a fun Eldar list. Plus, let's all keep in mind that the pilot is almost more important than the army composition. And I'm not a great pilot. So even in my hand, a super optimized list would not be super optimized.
But you know how to fly a plane though.
I know how to do a flight plan. I mean, yes, but that's a very random.
Because you're a pilot.
That's a very, very random. What did you say?
I said because you're a pilot, you know how to do a flight plan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think. Okay. So, Sisters of Battle definitely do not hit as hard in combat as they used to. They used to hit way, 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 way harder in combat. And it was. So, I played your army on Thursday against Sean.
I saw that.
And they have all the tools to play the mission.
No, they don't have the speed. What do you do if you get the thing to be behind enemy line? You crawl back there?
Well, I was back there when I got it.
Yeah.
So I had to deep strike, and I had to use Ephraim and some Seraphim to play the mission and help do stuff.
I mean,
Seraphim are fantastic
I can't believe that.
They are able to deep strike 9 inches away, shoot, and then move.
That's true. Oh. Deep strike, shoot, and bounce. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Can you do that if you rapid ingress them?
No, it's because it's at the end of their shooting phase.
Okay.
Yeah. That'd be cool, though. But it just allows you to get some extra distance, because when they bounce, they don't... as long as you don't end up in combat, they're okay.
Bounce, chicken, wheel, chicken, chicken.
And it allowed me to, pepper an orc unit and then take the objective from them.
So.
I definitely agree with you. I mean, they don't hit hard in combat, but Morven Val killed so much stuff. Holy cow, she killed so much stuff.
So we're gonna do the golden stuff with multi-chrome, color shift metal, nebular copper, we are going to do the base of the armor with cobalt blue and highlight with celestial azure. And I think that's it. Oh no, the wood. The wood.
The wood? These are on your striking scorpions?
Yeah. I want to put that color because I bought these paints. I might as well use it, It's dark rainbow.
Dark rainbow?
Yeah, look. I bought it when we went to the game room.
That was a while ago, too, and you haven't used it.
I know. Well, it's very, very hard to find a project where color shifting multi-chrome holographic is the go-to color.
I mean, it is always the go-to color if you believe in yourself.
How could I do that? Because I need to know what it looks like before.
I have some extra garbage models you could paint it on.
Oh no! Okay. Wait. Well. We're gonna use it. I have my sacrificial stain from where I spilled all the. And when you use specialty paint, use your shitty brush. Because after that they will be dead. So.
Are you doing the Zelda flute? Or not Zelda, Mario flute?
I know it's 100% Zelda.
Yeah, it's 100% Mario. From Super Mario Brothers 3.
Well,
I'm proud of you.
I love you too. Well. So the goal, since Dark Eldars or
Dark Templars.
Dark Templars are see-through in the dark, I don't really put colors on them. I leave them black. And then I put those multi-chrome paint. Different multi-chrome paints at different places. So that I have the 3 colors. Hi G-Dub. There you go. If anyone tells me that it's not 3 colors, I'm going to send them to this video.
You know, I think you'll be okay.
It is 3 different shades of multi-chromes. So what is your go-to army so far? Did you give up on Space Marines and you're going to stick around with Tau?
Well, so Space Marines are getting a new book come September.
Oh.
So I kind of want to just see what happens with the new book before...
So they're going to be broken again pretty soon?
I don't know, broken's the word I'd use in this.
I don't know if broken is the word I'd use.
They'll have a slight advantage because of the codex. With that being said, I mean, with every other edition, some codexes are good and some codexes are trash.
Okay, so I would not know because I started in 9th and every single...
Some codexes were good and some codexes were trash in 9th edition.
No.
100%.
Every single that codex that came out was completely broken.
Nope.
Okay, which one was not?
Necrons. When the Necron Codex came out, it was so bad that it went to like a 40% win rate immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
We
fine.
wanted it to be good. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't a probability that it will be good, because there certainly is, but it's not a guarantee.
Space Marine is everybody's favorite child.
It is everyone's favorite child, but it's not a guarantee that they'll be good. They could very well be dumpster fire. I mean, I already have very low expectations because they're getting rid of half the army.
You're just bitter because you're losing your bikes.
I am bitter because I'm losing my bikes.
And your land speeders.
And my land speeders. And my soon-to-be specialty units. So we'll see. I don't know. They haven't even shown anything off yet for that book. That's coming out pretty soon. Do. Making little squares of plastic.
Fascinating, ain't it?
It is so fascinating. If anybody was actually watching, they would be bored to tears. That's why it's on, the camera's on you.
So that people can see me pick the paint from my puddle of oops.
Yep. The puddle of oops.
Up.
So when do you think you'll play in the tournament next? If ever. I know you've been pretty occupied with work.
Next if ever. Not. You mean seriously or
Yeah, seriously.
for fun?
I mean, I know you never really took the tournament seriously, so.
No, but there are some tournaments where I wanted to do good. Like my first tournament I went 3-2, and I think after that if I went below 3-2, not that it happened, but should I have gone below 3-2, I would have been disappointed.
Well, it's a new edition and you haven't been playing, so you gotta lower your expectations a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you and I haven't even played a practice game yet this edition.
Yeah.
Just because work and silly real life responsibilities.
Real life is not fun. Can I cancel my subscription?
But what we should talk about? We should talk about the Meg 2.
So I wanted to go see the Barbie movie. There. You want plain chips?
I'm not eating chips if I'm recording. Because it might be super loud chewing, because the mic is right next to your mouth.
No one's watching.
It's literally right here.
No one is watching.
Yeah, at some point in time, they may.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
So this past Friday, we went to the drive-in movie theater because we haven't been to a drive-in in a very long time. Like, it's been 2 years, right? Because we didn't go last year.
No, we went for the Metallica concert.
That was not last year. Last year you were down here, remember?
That's right.
The year before we had went. So last year Eloise was living down here, and I came in late summer, and then I went to Europe. Then your brother came.
Mm-hmm.
Then we were still unpacking and getting the house ready, so we didn't really go see any movies. But so we haven't been to drive-in in a very long time. So it's been about 2 years. And at the drive-in they had Barbie, which Eloise wanted to see.
Yes.
But it was the second movie featured. So at drive-in theaters, what they do is they show 2 movies for the price of one. So we spent $8 a person to see 2 movies.
And what movies? Worth every penny.
Meg 2. So we get to the drive-in at what, 7:45? Mm-hmm. All right. So the movies are starting at 9:10. We get there at 7:45 because we've never been there. We don't know how the lines are going to be. We don't know how the food situation is. We don't know if there's going to be seats available. And you know what? This drive-in theater had everything on lockdown. Like, we were able to order our food using the app. They got it done immediately. literally waited 30 seconds for them to make ice cream when we got to the window. Pretty cool. We got a good parking spot. And then the food quality was pretty good compared to some of the other drive-in theaters I've been to where it's been just miserable.
Yes.
Actually, you belong in that pile. And then we waited until Meg 2 started.
Best movie ever. If you have seen Battlefield with Rihanna. Battleship.
Yeah.
Meg 2 is in the same vein that Battleship with Rihanna, just with Chinese movie trope and Jason Statham.
I would actually say Battleship is a better movie than Meg 2.
Really?
Because I actually knew what was going on.
True. It's the subtitles' fault. The subtitles were not always helpful. Oh no, I broke the probe, so little wing.
So we're watching this movie. They're clearly pandering to an audience that isn't American, which is what it is. It's just movies these days. Transformers did it.
Yeah.
This movie's doing it. But it's just so bad. It's so awful. Like, oh no, the sharks escaped from this magical construct. Who would have saw that coming? And I actually love bad B tier, C tier movies, and this one was just so bad.
Because it was not a B tier, it was a wannabe A tier.
It was a wannabe A tier movie that spent $100 million. Or how much ever millions of dollars for this movie.
Probably way too much money, yeah.
And it looked like shit. It still looked like shit. And at the very end of the movie, like, of course they have to outdo the previous one, which I had never seen because it's a stupid movie concept to begin with. And none of it makes sense. Like, there's 65,000 feet under the surface of the ocean. They go from 25,000 feet to 65,000 feet in the ocean in submarines in about 5 minutes. That's not physically possible. They would explode. That's the problem. Like, water and pressure was just an option during that entire movie. Like, very early on, like immediately in the beginning of the movie, the guy just, at the bottom of the ocean, just walks outside with no suit on.
Oh, yeah, but they explain the suspension of reality that is needed to make it believable. So I can believe it.
But it's not believable.
But they explain the suspension of reality that is needed to say, okay, why not?
I mean, I don't know how long it takes a plane to move from, you know, the landing pad to, 30,000 feet in the air. But I imagine it's longer than the time it took them to go the same distance underwater.
They just have very, very fast submarines. You're just jealous because you don't have a fast submarine.
I'm jealous because I have to obey the laws of friction and pressure.
I'm jealous because I have to obey the laws of physics.
And thermodynamics.
Physics is worse than my mom. I can avoid my mom.
You're not wrong there.
My poor mom, if she watches, be like, what did I do? Nothing, Mom. It wasn't fun.
And they didn't explain the fact that, they're submarines that look like the same submarine that sank around the Titanic a couple weeks ago.
With a lot of glass.
With even more glass, actually.
Like a lot of glass.
But, less PlayStation controllers. What you building?
I am trying to see if I can make myself a...
Also, somebody watched for 15 minutes, but they didn't introduce themselves, so I'm kind of sad. So if you're still watching, you should introduce yourself so I know who's watching.
Maybe it's someone we don't know. Maybe it's just someone who wants to hobby and he's like, hey...
They want to hear about how bad the Meg 2 is.
They are talking about a great movie. I really should listen in.
Do not go see that movie. It is so bad. I'd rather watch Sharktopus. I'd rather watch Sharknado.
There actually is a lot of B-series movie references, if that's what you're into. Unknown person. Like there are references to Crocosaur versus Super Gator.
Is there?
Yeah, how they took the picture. How they want to take a picture, quote unquote, in front of the... Okay, so we are currently at 1.5 Dark Templar to pylon height. I don't know if...
I think the worst part about that movie, so you have Jason Statham. He's an actioneer. He wants to punch shit. He wants to kill sharks. That's fine. I don't care. That makes sense. Like, literally, he is the draw of that movie. But then they introduce his daughter. Now, I never saw the first one, so I don't know if the daughter's a character, and Eloise doesn't remember the movie at all. So they introduce his daughter, who's like this 14-year-old kid who literally apparently knows everything, and gets in trouble multiple times, saves the day multiple times, and children make movies terrible. They do the same thing in Godzilla, they do the same thing in Jurassic Park, and it just makes the movie infinitely worse. It is a rated R movie, and they have children in there saving the day.
There is not one drop of blood.
Actually, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a rated R movie. Maybe it's PG-13.
Maybe whomever is watching is like me. They just put things in the background and do things and then...
Oh, it's PG-13. Yeah, so there's no blood. They do the... Which Eloise now has me second-guessing all the movies that I've ever watched from China and Hong Kong on whether or not they show blood. And I have to do some research this week.
I seem to recall
is this a new trope?
No.
Because I've seen a lot of like kung fu movies from Hong Kong, and I clearly remember blood.
If I knew, I lived there 6 years ago, so maybe new and new is not quite. You know?
Like, people were actively getting eaten by sharks, and there was no blood. That's the best part about the shark movie. So yeah, I think between the 14-year-old child literally doing everything, both positive and negative, and there being literally zero consequence to having a 14-year-old child saving the day, which makes absolutely no sense.
That is true.
I mean, she's barely old enough to watch this damn movie, but she's saving the day. I think it's the whole, like... I don't know, I felt the same way about Indiana Jones 2 and the Temple of Doom. Because they had the little Asian kid. And
maybe you just don't like Asian kid.
No, because
I know. Just wanted to see.
I feel the same way about Jurassic World. It is the same thing.
I just wanted to see your face.
Where the Jurassic World, the kid's like, has more teeth. And that's how they solve their problem, by having a megalodon, fucking kill, or not a megalodon, but a giant dinosaur shark kill the Indominus Rex. It's stupid. It makes no sense. And they did a nod to that scene in the Meg, in the first 15 seconds of the movie.
I did not see that.
How did you not see it?
Because I did not see Jurassic Park 2, so I could not acknowledge
it was in
the
Jurassic.
nod.
It was in Jurassic World. We saw Jurassic World together, didn't we?
No.
No. All right. Well, I just ruined Jurassic World for you.
Oh no.
For someone who hasn't seen Jurassic World, the movie that's been out for...
So that's the thing, in my mind,
10 years.
if a movie has been out for 5 years, it's not a spoiler anymore,
So the premise of Jurassic World is it's a retelling of Jurassic Park, which you have seen.
From the perspective of the dinosaurs?
No, they relaunch the park on a different part of the island, and they make it a successful tourist trap. And then because of corporate greed, it all falls apart and a bunch of people die from dinosaurs.
I mean...
It's literally the same plot. But the very end of the movie, they have the mosasaurs, that's what it is, eat the big bad. So it's literally the very it's the beginning scene of Meg 2. That how that plays out is exactly the same.
Okay.
And I guess it shows the scale of the Megalodon, but it's still pointless. Like, it'd be cooler if there's an actual like T-Rex in the movie, like chasing people.
There is a T-Rex in the Meg.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
65 million years ago. And I think to add insult to injury, the like, oh, the Megalodon that we have captured from the previous movies acting weird, and then let's jump in the water with it, and nothing happens because that they just wanted a jump scare. But then like the shark escapes with ease, like
ease,
not even like trying, like no, just he's got this. So yes, besides the 14-year-old child solving all the problems and causing all the problems,
you do realize that there will be a Meg 3, right?
I know there's going to be a Meg 3 because it made a sufficient amount of money. I saw today Barbie passed $1 billion in revenue.
Strong.
So you know what that means? We're going to have more Mattel movies.
Well, and I think that's sad because this movie as it stands now stands on its own. It does not call for a sequel or a prequel.
Oh, I'm not saying it's going to be a sequel. I'm saying there's going to be other action figure inspired movies.
You said you wanted a Hungry Hungry Hippo movie.
I think a Hungry Hungry Hippo horror movie would be fantastic. That is the one board game movie I would actually really want to see. But they're going to...
What else that metal do?
I don't know. Hold on, let me finish cutting this strip of plastic, and then we will take a look. But there's going to be a Barbie too.
Well, that's sad.
It is sad. It doesn't need a sequel. It is a complete story. Like there's no cliffhanger. There's no. It's going to be Barbie adjusting to real life. Like who gives a shit? All right, let's see.
I think Mattel does only Barbie.
Mattel products. They have to do more than Barbie.
I mean, Ken and Skipper and...
Yeah, but they have to do more toys than that. When you have one wildfire successful product, you have to have more. All right.
I'm not saying that they did not launch more. I'm saying that I'm quite sure
they have all sorts of stuff, Eloise. They got Barbie, Little Mermaid by Disney, Disney Princesses, Disney's Frozen, Jurassic World, Hot Wheels, Little People, never heard of that. They make Mega Bloks, the inferior Lego. They have Uno. They have WWE action figures. They produce Disney products.
We 100%.
Power Wheels, Monster High, Fisher Price, Mattel Games, Polly Pocket, and Power
Polly Pocket?
Yeah.
I want a Polly Pocket movie.
They have a Polly Pocket movie. I'm 100% sure. It's animated and it's 27 minutes long, and you spend $9.99 at it on DVD.
It's not the first Barbie movie. There were many Barbie movies, but it's the first real Barbie movie?
The first live-action Barbie movie.
Yes. We lost our friend.
No. I think they're watching behind us. I don't think they're live. I think they're watching like the beginning. Because they've been watching for 23 minutes and then 0 the entire time. Yeah. So.
Okay. No. So we have done the red.
So going back to the Meg, and why the Meg's a terrible movie. So, not only are the sharks impossibly, just durable, impossibly deny physics, along with all the submarines, At no point in time is Jason Statham ever in trouble.
Oh
Oh no. Well, here's some super glue. Here's some accelerants.
no! It's not even built yet, you know.
Do you need to pin it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
And going back to my point, that's my problem with all of action movies nowadays. They just put everything on a green screen. The characters are never in trouble. You never feel like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
they
you
may
do.
never make it. There's no
do.
storytelling.
When they are walking the 3 kilometers underwater.
At no point in time did I actually think anything bad was going to happen to Jason Statham walking underwater.
Really? Well, I did.
You did? I was more interested in looking at the planes flying over our car at the drive-in theater than that entire sequence of them walking under the water.
There was an impressive amount of plane flying over our car. I won't lie. And I'm well aware that it's due to our proximity to Atlanta Airport, but it's still a lot of planes.
Yeah. And Nashville. You want to roll Nashville too.
Nashville is not even remotely quite as big of an airport.
Still a major city. So, what is your favorite action movie? You have to have a favorite action movie. It could be animated.
Define action.
Stuff happens, usually involving guns, cars, swords, punching, adventure.
Bambi?
I guess for that one scene where Bambi's parents get capped. Spoiler alert, a movie that happened 70 years ago.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't watch a lot of action movies. How about you?
Probably Aliens, I would say. Surprise, surprise. If we're not doing Aliens, I think Die Hard, the first Die Hard, is a very fantastic action movie.
I could give you Die Hard.
Even Die Hard 2 is a fantastic action movie, and sequels usually aren't as good as the first. Terminator is a good action movie.
Did we see Terminator? Yes, we did.
Yeah, we watched it. Remember how you said, hey, where's this meme from? And you didn't know. And I'm like, well, we're going to watch Terminator. So we watched Terminator 1, and then we were going to watch Terminator 2, then we got distracted with real life, and we haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I still have it. We can watch it at any point in time.
Ooh, I can wait. I'm holding my breath.
So excited.
I mean, I still don't understand what triggered the first loop.
The first loop? You could say that about anything, though. Like, what triggered, the Big Bang?
No. What triggered the first loop?
Did you get any on the goal?
What triggered the first loop of her banging the dude who will give birth to her son?
They don't explain that.
No?
They don't explain that.
I know. But my brain demands an explanation.
So I would say the first loop is that so robots take over. Spoiler alert. Someone hasn't seen Terminator from 1984. So I think the robots take over, and then they build all this technology, and the humans lose. So the first loop is, how do we do this? So we send people back in time to warn them, and the people who go get sent back in time are the ones who start the John Connor train.
Okay.
Or it could be because they don't expressly say that John Connor is that guy's son. I mean, you find out over the course of the movie that's what happens. But maybe John Connor is somebody else's son. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Anna's joining us. She's working on her orcs.
Hey, Anna.
Eloise, did you know that... Oh, I messed that piece up. Did you know that they're redoing their gaming club up in West Michigan?
Yeah, we donated for that.
And it should be done by the end of the month? The new spot?
West Michigan?
I think they're West Michigan. Western North Michigan?
Northwestern?
Western North? I don't know. I don't quite know. Anna, where's your game shop? Or your club? I know it's in Michigan somewhere, but I don't know where.
I mean, Michigan is pretty big. It goes as far as Boom Lift.
It goes higher than that. Making little squares because it's so much fun.
What's she saying?
Just West Michigan. We are in Montague. I don't know where that is.
You want to
I'm
go?
assuming it's over by Grand Rapids.
Oh, west.
Yeah.
I'm mixing west and east. I was about to offer you to go when we go up north.
If we were to visit Kramer, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately the work thing is by Detroit, so that's a little bit of a ride.
So Eloise and I will be up north Labor Day weekend, and the week before because she has a work meeting that week. So we're trying to figure out what we're doing.
I thought we had a plan.
Well, we have to book things and figure out the costs. Oh, an hour from Kramer. So they're north of Grand Rapids.
Okay.
So we're thinking about coming up to Toledo, and then Eloise does her work shenanigans over in Plymouth, Michigan, which I think is just outside Detroit.
It is.
And then after she's done with her work stuff, I think we're going to try to go over to Canada. Because we're right there. Maybe go over to Niagara Falls, maybe go to some Niagara wineries, Niagara region wineries, maybe go into the CN Tower in Toronto. Yeah,
You're making the plan.
I'm making the plan. Do you just want me to book everything?
Yep.
Can you find out what the booking policy is from your job so I don't...
Oh, don't book that one. I'll book that one.
Okay. So Anna, since you're just joining us, actually let me transition. Eloise is painting her Eldar Protoss army. So she has, how many bikes do you have over there?
500,000.
500,000 bikes. She was painting them earlier today, and now they have their 2 coats of paint on them. And then she's painting some striking scorpions, which are themed like Dark Templar.
Yay! You're better than me at remembering.
I never played that game ever.
I know.
I always like the Turan anyways. They're more cool. Siege tanks and bunkers.
I play Space Marine.
Yeah.
And I like vanilla ice cream.
I do like vanilla ice cream.
I know. That's why it's funny.
And then what I'm doing is I've just spent the last 30 minutes cutting out little cubes of plastic art, and I'm going to be making marble-inspired bases. Still a little blurry. There we go. So what I'm doing is there's a base of cork, and then we're doing a mosaic pattern with plastic card, and then just putting random symbols and tiles and things on them just to make it a little more visually appealing. And I'm now at mosaic step. I hope I have enough to get a good start on them. If not, we went to the store and we decided to get some of these no parking signs because it's the same consistency as plastic card. Nobody will know.
Can I please ask you for a favor?
Yeah, what's up?
Can you please look for a picture of a Protoss pylon?
Protoss pylon?
Yeah. And try to see how tall they are compared to the people. To see if I need to change anything or if I need to make more of those.
Isn't it all relative? You know how we were watching that video about true scale StarCraft shit?
Mm-hmm.
Compared to what? Dark Templar?
Oops. Oh, sorry, I thought I had muted the mic.
I hope everyone likes the sound of chips. Well, from this tiny artwork, they look pretty big, like twice the size. So, but once again, I think it's all relative. Like,
perfect, because we are twice the size. Oh. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
the game scale is not accurate.
I know. Okay, so then they need to have their body blue. So we said low light, color celestial azure. No, color cobalt blue with highlight of celestial azure. Azure? What's Anna saying?
She sent me a picture of what she's working on. She's working on these desert theme bases.
Nice.
Nice texture paint.
Oh, that's by far the cheapest crackle texture paint that we have found, and that works well.
No, it's very cool. I like it. It looks sharp. I would definitely add a little bit of three-dimensional elements, like some rocks and everything. Because I'm like, when I think of orcs, I think of Gorka Morka, and where they're like flying off and like trying to ram each other, and there's.
There you go. The marble was stuck.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, I would add some rocks and ramps and like have like three-dimensional movement on your trucks. Alrighty. So what color are you doing now? The rainbow?
I am doing blue. Light, dark blue, cobalt blue, dark blue.
Alright.
Up. Bad brush, here you come. Wow, that's blue indeed. Wee, wee, wee. Wee, 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 wee.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about Jurassic Park.
Can you explain Jurassic Park to everybody?
No.
Why not?
Because you're going to make fun of me.
Everyone who knows the story about how Eloise explains Jurassic Park gets it, though. So you shouldn't feel bad, because everyone gets it.
Everyone knows what movie I'm talking about. You just make fun
It's just
of
a really weird way to describe it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. They are sitting on the floor in the kitchen, and there is a little girl eating Jello, and then she starts shaking. And then the dinosaur comes. That's Jurassic Park.
So, when Eloise and I first met, actually shortly thereafter, one of our first dates was at the drive-in theater, and
Now, but third date.
they were showing Jaws and Jurassic Park, and I had asked Eloise, "Hey, have you ever seen Jurassic Park?" And she wasn't sure.
No, the answer was no. I had not seen Jurassic Park, and I had not seen Jaws either.
So, we're enjoying the movie. Eloise doesn't really watch the movie. We're just chatting and shooting the shit and having a good time. And then we get to the part of
the Jello.
the Jello, which is the only part she actually remembers, by the way.
It's the most important part.
I think that's a little bit of a stretch. I do not feel like that is the most important part of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
What kind of Jello was it? What color was the Jello?
I have green in my mind, which is weird because I'm quite sure that green Jello does not exist.
Green Jello 100% does exist, and that was the color of the Jello.
Hey, you see? I thought Jello had to be blue or red.
It could be whatever color you want it to be. I would say green Jello is probably one of the more common flavors of Jello.
Every single Jello shot that anyone has ever brought was pink or red. Blue or red.
Well, I think it's because it's just how it's flavored. So, like, the flavorings indicate, the colors indicate what kind of flavor you're going with, right? So, if you are inspired by cherry flavored, you're going to go with a red. If you want it to be apple or watermelon, you're probably going with a green. Purple,
sense.
Grape.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, do a little bit of mosaic, and then I'm going to let this fully dry. Trim off the edges with a pair of clippers, and then add a little bit of gravel. Yeah, I think it's a good start. And we can actually add a little bit more depth by gluing additional cube pieces on.
What's Anna saying?
She just gave us the recipe of the paint pattern for the desert bases.
Nice. What's in it?
What's in it? Give me 1 second and I'll be able to tell you. Okay. It is, I paint the base first with Liquitex coarse medium and add patches of crackle paint before painting them with Badger Mini-Tear Jaundice and then dry brushing them, highlights on them. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it looks good. It's definitely a good color scheme. I think the biggest thing is just adding a little bit more depth in the bases. You could have some rocks in there, have some tire treads, have some barrels, have some decayed armor pieces from other vehicles, have even a couple skulls here and there. I think will look good.
And maybe she likes flat bases.
I know. I think adding details on the base makes it more interesting and visually appealing. Like even with your lava bases, like we went with some depth. Like there's several tiers on the bases. Then you have the lava texture with black crackle paint and all that. And looks pretty solid. Speaking of which, I want to do.
There you go, Zeratul. Tarutasara.
Nerd.
It's not my fault if I learn language easy.
Nerd.
Still not my fault if I learn languages easy.
Nerd. I know.
Yes.
I'm
and
so
you
proud of you.
married it.
I did. I married a StarCraft nerd.
So I'm not super convinced. I hope that the highlight of light blue will convince me. Because once they're painted, it's too late, so... So what is your favorite action movie? Because you asked me what's
I
mine.
told you. I'm between Die Hard and Aliens and Terminator. And I think I like them not only because of the storyline and I like nerdy, futuristic shit.
Nerd.
But I think the other part of it is, like, the characters are actually in danger at some point in time during the movie. So, like, when you look at the original Die Hard, like, the dude is literally bleeding out in the fucking office building, you know, because he had to step on glass, and, like, he's just, like, clearly in pain.
No one has ever died of bleeding feet.
I mean, yeah, but he's at least clearly in pain. You're not entirely sure he's going to be successful. I mean, yeah, it's an action movie and you want him to be successful, so you know ultimately he's going to pull through, but at least he took some damage. He's clearly stressed and physically tired.
Incapacitated.
Yeah. But, like, going back to Meg 2, the best action movie of 2023... they literally, so they take these submarines and they go from 65,000 feet under the sea, the ocean to the surface in 5 minutes, which is physically impossible. Don't have to decompress and their lungs are A-okay. And then
I don't think if you are in the compressed air of the submarine that you need to decompress.
Yeah, but they were jumping in and out of the submarine too. With the suits on. Like, the guy literally walked out under the ocean and was just going for a jog down there, and he was A-okay. Totally makes perfect sense. Anywho, so he's in the sub, and he immediately jumps out and starts kicking people's asses on a platform. Because why not? You can't tell me that's a little ridiculous. There's zero fatigue.
I do not know the physics of how they maintain pressure in
a futuristic
submarine.
Movie.
No, in a submarine, period. Like, even in real life. I do not have that knowledge in my little head. But I believe that there is a Smarter Everyday episode about
there is.
Submarines.
About nuclear submarines.
So, I guess I know what we are going to watch while we have dinner tonight. Please hide your enthusiasm.
I mean, I'll watch it. Because it's more interesting and accurate than fucking Meg 2.
You really did not like this movie.
No, the movie was terrible. It was so bad.
It was not the worst movie I've ever seen.
Okay, yes, it is not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's definitely not good.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
I used to think it was Sharknado, but
I actually like Sharknado.
At least Sharknado had more coherent plot than Meg 2.
And Sharknado wants to be a cheesy B movie. It does not want to be an A-lister.
I have to think about this for a minute. What is the worst movie I've ever seen?
What is Anna saying?
Hold on. I know. I should probably keep track. That is why I love the John Wick movies. Not only are they fun gun porn movies, but John Wick does not look like he's having a good time. He spends most of the runtime being exhausted. Exactly. And it's interesting. Like, you know, like, there's a complex storyline. Is it all about assassination? And is it plausible? No. It's really ridiculous, but at least it makes more sense than Meg 2. Like, he takes damage, he gets shot at, you know, like, ultimately, once again, he's fine because it's John Wick and he's a badass hero, but you actually feel bad for him, you know, like, he loses his family. He
does?
Yeah.
No, that sucks.
He loses his dog.
That sucks.
That's what kicks off the whole fucking thing. Like, the very first movie, he loses his dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then he murders an entire family for killing his dog.
I mean, I don't blame him. Pee poo pee.
So.
Up. I can do it. I'm about done with the dark blue.
Alright, worst movie. See, and that's even kind of hard for me to answer because there's some movies that are intentionally designed to just be bad. But because they know that they're bad, they're good.
I don't agree. Because the movie with the boobs.
The boobs?
And the swimming pool.
What?
And the thing that eats the thing. Number 2. With David Hasselhoff.
Piranha?
Piranha 2.
Piranha 3D. That's what I think you're talking about. Oh, Piranha 3D is more of a sexploitation movie.
It's terrible.
It's still better than Meg 2.
No. That you're wrong, sir.
I would put up a poll, but only Anna's watching. If we had, hundreds of people, I would definitely like to hear what the answer is and whether or not.
Okay, Anna, very important question. The Meg 2 or Piranha 3?
Three double D.
3 double D.
I mean, that is a pretty bad movie, though. I'll give you that.
It is a terrible movie. Talking about plot that doesn't make sense, I had to ask you like 5 times what's happening.
There's boobs and there's some piranhas. Yep, mutant piranhas. Not the most complicated plot. I have seen neither. Good choice. They're pretty bad.
So this is a very, very, very wise decision. But Piranha 3 double D.
It's available on Amazon Prime, I believe. So if you're really interested in seeing Piranha double or triple D or whatever it is, I think it's double D. You can just watch it on Amazon Prime, and you'll regret your life decisions pretty quickly.
Don't do it. Do not do it. Okay, so you need to dry your beds.
I still need to figure out what the worst movie I've seen is. Thanksgiving, or no, not Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving.
I am so glad we agree, because I was about to say it, but since on the way back from the Meg 2, you did a whole blah 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 about how much Thanksgiving was way better than the Meg and blah 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 blah. I'm so glad you came back to your senses.
I mean, it was so bad, but I still enjoyed myself.
I did not.
You did not?
Same. I asked you at least 5 times what was happening.
Well, there's a demon turkey. That's really about it. Like, that's really the whole plot of that movie is there's a demon turkey.
Come on, paint, shake.
Birdemic, Shock and Terror. That's also available on Amazon Prime if you want to watch that. I don't know if it's Amazon Prime or Freevee or whatever the hell it's called. But so the guy who did Hamilton, what's his name?
The musical?
Yeah, Lin-Manuel.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, the guy who played Alexander Hamilton in the movie or the play Hamilton.
I don't know. I haven't seen.
Yeah. All right. Well, this.
You've seen Hamilton?
Yes, I've seen Hamilton. It's on Disney Plus.
I'm so sorry that your exes were torturing you.
I did not see the play. I have zero desire to see the play.
There's both a play and a movie?
No, it's the play that was filmed and put on Disney Plus.
So you have seen it?
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
Oh, you mean not in human life?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, like... I didn't see the Hamilton in person. I think we had to pay money to see that too, by the way. Like...
I really hope it was cheaper than one pizza, otherwise it was wasted money.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Why would you want to watch a movie about... I mean, I have my understanding of the story of Hamilton, and I'm quite sure that no one wants to hear it because I'm the only foreigner on this chat.
Tell us about the story of Alexander Hamilton, Eloise. I would love to hear your opinion of what Alexander Hamilton was about.
He harvested children and took them into his house to protect them. Not harvest,
Not harvest.
foster.
Okay.
Foster.
He did foster children, okay.
And one day a woman came and said, I need help with my children. And Hamilton said, ooh, what could I do? And he banged her. And then he lost everything.
They do cover that in the play.
That's my understanding of the story.
They do cover that in the play about him being a hoe.
What could I do? I could help her, or I could bang her. That moral dilemma, you know?
It's pretty... But anyways, so going back to that. The guy who did Hamilton, I don't know if he wrote it or he just acted and sings in it. He wants to do a play for Birdemic. That seems like a bad call. I don't know.
I mean,
it could do wild. It could be wildly successful, or it could go absolutely terribly.
Pandemics are fashionable these days.
No, not pandemic, Birdemic.
Oh. So what is it?
What is Birdemic?
Yeah.
You know what? I think this deserves a screen share. Let me find some Birdemic video.
Should I be worried or am I okay?
You know, what was that one movie? The Nigerian movie that we watched?
Save Captain, yeah.
Yeah. Save Captain Ryan or whatever.
Yeah. That movie was hilarious. I prefer that movie to Thanksgiving.
So you know how they did like the graphics in that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Take that, and then that's what they do in this movie. Like, I think this is the titular scene. Like, look at, they just superimpose these birds. Like, on hold on. Screen share. Can I do that? There you go. And transition. So, like, this is high quality graphic right here, you know. Oh, it's Birdemic 3.
Oh, because there's more than one.
Oh, yeah. When they make these movies, they're so...
bad that they have to make more?
No, they're so cheap, right? So, like...
I don't think the Meg... There's no way the Meg would have been cheap.
No. Alright. Cool. Birdemic. How much money did you cost? It's 80 minutes long. They made it $10,000. And I would say Birdemic, I haven't seen it. I'm going to go with it's better than Meg 2. Because they are trying to do the best they can with a very limited budget. Imagine trying to put a movie together for $10,000.
That's 2 Lista cabinets. Yeah, that's not a lot of money.
Right? So Meg 2, The Trench. How much money did this movie cost to make?
Millions.
$129 million. If at any point in time that movie looks like it was worth $129 million, let me know.
No.
No, it's terrible. And apparently, I don't know when it came out. Oh, June 9th. Oh, sorry. It came out this weekend, August 4th, in the United States. It's already made $142 million.
Strong.
So that means it's made a profit.
Well, good for them,
You know what that means? We're going to have the Meg 3. Terrible. Such an awful movie. I would be very curious as to the breakdown of that movie compared to where the money came from. So, like, I know it is egregiously catered towards the Chinese film market.
I would say that at least 50% of the money came in from.
There's no way that movie is making that much money in the United States.
Yeah.
I think that besides the fact it's a terrible movie, I think the best part about that movie was the end. And why do I say that? Because we're at the drive-in theater. The entire drive-in theater is packed. It's probably 60% full, so lots of cars everywhere.
And we expected everybody to be like us, to come to watch Barbie, but
you have to suffer through this abomination of a movie.
You had to suffer through the Meg to watch Barbie. Well, okay.
And you know what? 50+% of all the cars that were there left after the Meg 2. Meaning, they went out of their way to watch the Meg 2.
Maybe they really, really like the Meg 1. You don't know.
There's no way. I haven't even seen it. There's no way that movie is that good.
No, it's not. I mean, it's basically a movie about dinosaur and fish dinosaurs.
Yeah. And you know what? I like sharks. I think sharks are cool. I like horror movies. I think horror movies are cool. I like action movies. And nothing about the Meg sounds interesting.
Can I?
What's up?
It's okay. I was trying to reach the trash can.
Yeah.
We made it work. Why are you so clogged? Good Lord. Oh. There you go. Okay. Can I dry brush with those pigments?
Maybe. I don't know.
Let's try. Not on Zeratul, because we actually like Zeratul. Not convinced.
Yeah, it's coming along. This is going to take way longer than I thought it was going to take, by the way. And that's besides my ranting about the Meg movie.
So Anna, I don't know if you know, but that's what Brendan does for a living. Make bases and stuff like that. And every time he gets a new project, we talk about quoting. And we talk about the amount of time that it takes for what kind of base and blah, blah, blah. And every time he's like, there's no way it takes that long. And every time while doing the project, he's like, it's taking way longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, I acknowledge it. But each time I do the bases, like, it's a different...
Well, that's the goal of personalized bases, and that's why you have quotes by type of bases.
I mean, I'm still enjoying it.
And that's what matters. Very, very much so. So the answer is no, you cannot dry brush with those pigments.
Those are like some futuristic foot soldiers from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. That's what that is right there. Foot Clan. I know you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I was watching the Tortue Ninja in French. So
You're watching what in France?
Tortue Ninja. Tortue Ninja, Tortue Ninja, Tortue Ninja, Tortue
So you're watching the same thing, but just
Ninja,
in a different
Tortue
language.
Ninja, Kawabunga le cri des ninjas.
Perfect.
So I don't know what their name in English is.
The
I could have
Mutant
said
Ninja
it
Turtles.
differently, but I would not have gotten the opportunity to sing.
You know, that's the most important part about this is your rendition of singing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in French. Here she goes again.
Kawabunga le cri des ninjas. Okay, so which one did I forget to paint? Put. I know for a fact that there is at least one of them that's still not colored. There she is. Yeah. Well, look back at the inspo pictures and you will understand why I did what I did. But I'm skeptical too.
You're skeptical? That's not good.
It looks a lot like something that
Shit.
What is Anna saying?
1 second.
Oh! What on earth?
Do I want to know?
The thingy.
Is that a technical term?
Yeah.
Cool. So the thingy.
The spout is stuck in the cap.
Cool. That's actually really impressive when you think about it.
I know.
So, what did Dan say? So back when I had a commission studio, I made up the unit supplied -O to track wear and tear on tools, consumption, and paint, so that I didn't invisibly lose money and I wasn't tracking. Yeah, we've done the same thing too. I'm pretty good at nailing the cost of supplies. That I made a bit of profit on every single time. It's my time that I vastly underestimate how long the project's going to take. So I did, back in April, I put together 111 corn-themed bases along with a corn display board, complete with resin effects, and I 100% butchered how many hours that was going to take. It took 20 more hours than I thought it was going to take.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little bit of a bummer. But I didn't actually do the math on how long this project was going to take because I wanted to just jump into it and start working on it. I think I'll make up time on the painting part because the painting will be primer black, dry brush a little bit of Caliban green, dry brush a little bit more of Caliban green and make it brighter in certain spots, cover in either a dryer sheet or baby wipe or some
or sunscreen wipes that my wife has.
Yeah, some kind of wipe, spray painted white or spray painted gray, then white. That's the thing, and then it's done. Just clean it up and paint any gold embellishments on it. I think I'll make up a lot of time there. The building the bases always takes a little bit longer than I think it's going to take. But it's the fun part. It's the part I enjoy. And if you're not enjoying it, why are you doing it?
I mean,
hobby-wise.
That's not true. I think I am back to loving my job.
Your job has been pretty crazy, though.
Yeah. But now that I have a boss who is mentally stable, it not that the other one was not mentally stable. I would never just sing that out loud on the internet.
I think the thing is, I don't think it's an issue of mental stability. I think it's an issue of having shared vision. Is that an accurate way of saying it? Like you and your current boss are on the same page, where you and your previous boss weren't necessarily on the same page.
True.
And that's an issue of shared vision. That doesn't mean your previous boss was wrong. It's just you guys weren't on the same page. Be it bad communication, be it mixed priorities, be it he likes Burger King, you like McDonald's. I don't know.
I mean, I like Burger King. I know you don't.
I do not like Burger King, but that's okay. You know why? Because we don't really go to Burger King or McDonald's anymore.
I did not bump.
Yeah, you bumping the cameras again?
I did not.
Doing an Eloise, bumping the cameras?
I did not.
Also, I want to make sure I send Justin a picture so he sees what's going on. There you go. But yeah, no, I need to come up with a quote for this project. I haven't done that yet.
I did not know that you used to decommission work, though. I don't know.
Yeah, her and I had talked about it a couple times back in April. Just ultimately, it wasn't for her because of the amount of time that it took away from her family.
I mean, yeah.
Because these projects can be very time consuming
and will be if you let them.
And if you're putting an army together for a tournament and it has to be done that weekend, and there's been a couple times even with these commission projects where I wasn't feeling the greatest and I had to force myself to do it, and I'm like, ugh, and it burns me out.
I'm feeling for you.
I know you're feeling for me. You're judging me silently.
Absolutely not. I would never dare.
Because even now, I'm trying to get ahead of it. This isn't due till Labor Day weekend.
Which I am actually genuinely super proud of you right now. Because you normally wait until the single last minute.
Yeah. Hey, my goal is to get this done by Tuesday. We'll see what happens. Because I want to work on my own shit. So I'm going to practice doing the marble effect on these bases so I could do the marble effect on the train. Which I'm way more excited about. And I have those ammo crates, and Sean gave me some ammo crates to work with. Some plastic ones, and I want to turn those into some terrain pieces for the battle report streaming. And I'm actually having a lot of fun playing random games every so often.
Yeah. I still do believe that the week that we are not here, you guys should film one ahead of time to post it that week when you're not here.
Which makes sense.
Same for the weeks where Sean isn't here. Like, we should always have one in the bag.
Yeah, because we established it, and then we didn't do it the one week because of Sean didn't have all the orc parts needed, and then
ATC.
Then ATC, so there was a 3-week delay. What I would like to do, and this is going to be easier said than done, but I would like to have different people come over and playing different armies and just having different personalities on. I just don't know. It would be cool if, like, you know, Brad was able to come down and play a game, but, you know.
I mean, he did.
He did. You're right. He did come down.
It was the single most ridiculous game of the weekend, but he did.
That was so dumb. He was so over it, too. He's like, ah. But did you have fun?
I had a blast. Okay, I believe they're done.
Alright, so let's see. Do you have a dry one? Here, I'll transition to my screen because my screen's a little better lit. Yours is a little out of focus for some reason. Your nails look lovely. Here. Oops. Alright, so is this a special character or is this just one of your scorpions?
That's just normal.
Okay. This is very reflective, by the way.
Yeah.
Do we have a lava base for it?
Made? Like finished?
Yeah.
No. No. None of the lava bases are finished. I need to add the crackle paint.
Yeah, crackle paint. This is a pretty cool sculpt, though. I think the armor needs something else. I'm not sure what it needs.
Well, look at what they look like. I had it open.
Well, things happen. Alright, let's see. Go ahead, type.
Oosh. The dark.
Templar. It is weird to me how short that range is. Okay. Legacy of the Void, I guess.
Either Rings of Liberty or Legacy of the Void. It doesn't matter.
So
They're just blue. There actually is more color there.
like this one? Or
Yeah.
like that? Okay.
Well, that's when they are not in see-through mode. And then they are just gray. Do you want to show your screen so that people don't wonder what we are talking about?
Yeah. Let me capture. Okay. Cool. Alright, so I think with the blades, alright, just looking at the blades and just knowing how I think the blades need a little bit of white. Like a little bit of edge to make it, you know how like with plasma it goes from dark green to light green.
But that's
and
not...
white. There's white, 100%, right?
Yeah,
there.
but he's not in the see-through mode. Here, they are in see-through.
Could not load image. Alright.
Well,
I don't think it would hurt to have a little bit of white next to
I'm just terrible at white edge highlight, but
No, it's not even an edge highlight, dear. It's just you literally put a dab of white right at the Holt, right there.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah. And then is the inner, I think you have the white, the green, and dark green reversed. Because looking at it, it's dark green on the outside, light green on the inside. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's catch up. Okay, John Wick, contract those times. Yes. I do need to make a spreadsheet.
What?
No, I need to update my spreadsheet for the projects I've been working on so I can quote better. Why? Hold on.
Hold on.
That was weird. They went to... Oh, you know what? You know what it is? I'm delayed. I'm like, all right. There you go. Cool. And we're back to buffering. Actually, I don't understand this at all.
I mean, we are in an unincorporated town on shitty internet, so...
I still don't know if it's an internet issue or if it's a computer issue, but...
I guess we will never know.
We will never know until I make all the money and I buy a new computer.
Mm-hmm. But between now and then...
We will never know. Never.
We will never know.
So what Anna's saying is when she was doing commission painting, she never felt like she was able to work on her own stuff because it's not making money, right?
Which makes sense, yeah.
Which makes sense. And I think, for me at least, I can see that. But I'm also not really doing commissions at that level yet where...
Well, you don't advertise it, you never talk about it, you don't.
I need to start advertising it and talking about it more.
That's such a good idea!
I talk about it on the stream, but the problem is that, you know, you have to watch it for 4 hours to hear about it. Maybe once.
And you might talk about your content, but I have never heard you talk about. Right, they're done.
Alright, I only have 36 more bases to go. I was
That's
doing
okay.
a mosaic tile pattern on them.
I only have 500,000.
You do have all the jet bikes. So many jet bikes. How many are... I know you don't want to count, but how many are actually there? There should be what? 9 plus 3 plus 3.
Yeah, but I've got more.
Because to me it just looks like a gold blob.
I mean, it is a gold blob.
And you got your warlocks and your farseer and... Oops.
14, 17, plus the...
Yeah, show off the warwalkers. The warwalkers are hiding off screen.
Ooh.
I actually like the warwalkers. The warwalkers are pretty cool.
They are stalkers.
The special effects really are what make them.
The sound is what the sound is what makes it. Okay. What base sizes are Korean Dress and his friend?
25 millimeter.
Wow, that's small.
You're not wrong. And the reason being is that they never got newer sculpts. I thought when this Eldar book was going to come out, they were going to get newer sculpts. They did not. Same thing with Swooping Hawks.
25, all of them, including Korean Dress?
Yeah, they're all 25 millimeter.
We actually have very precisely 6 25 mil bases.
Because I think that was your list, was to have
5 striking scorpion and up.
the Autark Way Leaper, I believe, is on 28.5 millimeter, which I believe you have over there, right? The guy with wings.
Yeah.
Now, the real question is whether or not those 3D prints will fit on 25 millimeter base.
Oh, the answer is absolutely not. Look, they're gonna be 1 foot in the lava.
So may I make a recommendation before you get too excited about fitting them on those tiny ass bases?
Mm-hmm.
So my recommendation is, at some point in time, this edition, they will be getting new models. Those new models will be on 28.5 millimeter bases. Do you want to make bigger bases so they're on the correct size now?
How do you know?
Because all the Auspex warriors that they've made were on 25 millimeter bases. They made a new one, and they went to 28.5, and then the Phoenix Lords went to 40 millimeter.
So Coriandress will be on 40.
There's a very high likelihood that Corandrus will be on a 40 millimeter base. I mean, it's 100% your call. You can do the work now, or you can do the work later.
What else am I gonna put on the 25 mil though?
Nothing. Yeah, even Anna's saying the 2 Phoenix Lords that have been resculpted, Morgan Raw and Jane Czar, are on 40 millimeters. So I think you should put Corandrus on a 40 millimeter.
I don't have a 40 mil.
I mean, if you were going to Europe and you were playing in the WTC, or you're
If I were playing into the WTC, something horrendous would have happened to a lot of people within our community. Like, we would not have one friend alive.
Or, well, it doesn't have to be that sadistic. It could have been like a money thing, like the financial bank collapse and everyone lost all their money.
But the girl working in the automotive industry, that's very random.
It's the massive savings account that you have, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You made a smart investment into a stock, and it just made you millions of dollars.
We don't talk enough about, what's the name?
Robin
Hood. GameStop, yeah.
GameStop.
I had GameStop stocks.
GameStop stocks. Yeah.
GameStop stock.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
It's up to you. I mean, right. Currently they're all 25 millimeters, but they are going to go to a larger size at some point in time in the future. I don't know when that is. I'm not a psychic.
Well, I am very happy with that.
25 millimeter bases it is.
Sorry, G-Dub. Fuck off. Oh, well, that could be a problem, sir.
What's up?
I know someone who left an empty bottle.
I never used it. You're the one who used it last. It's completely empty.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. You worked on the project last. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you did your banshees.
You're right, I'm wrong. It's not worth arguing over.
I only did one base of Crackle Paint. And I didn't like the way it came out, so I stopped.
I mean.
Now, if you told me it was dry, I'll take credit for that.
I'll take credit for trying it out.
Yeah,
but not
so
empty.
I do have a bad habit of not closing the caps all the way.
I mean, me too. That's one of the first things we ever argued about. I still don't think it was me who had left it half open.
Kramer has also left our paint partially open. Believe it or not.
Yeah, but for Kramer to touch our paint and leave it half open, he had to help you or I paint our shit. So, can you be mad at someone who is helping, you know?
No, man, it's whatever. It was also a year ago.
What?
Just the confirmation that Jane's are Hog and Raw and 40mm bases.
Oh.
Should you be so inclined.
Just don't want to make more bases. 25 is the right size. It is a perfect size.
It's the perfect size. Even Anna saying she loves the GW paints, but the pots suck.
Oh yeah. And the white.
The white is awful. I mean, I'm a glutton for punishment, so I just use it. I know that you've moved on to a different white.
Oh yeah, bigger, greener cottage cheese. Like the GW white is just, yeah, no.
It's icky. So gross.
And the golds.
The gold is...
I am very opinionated.
I know you're very opinionated about the gold, but I think the gold's fine. It goes on smoothly.
And you're wrong, and it's okay. I still love you.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Speaking of wrongness and making decisions, what do you want for dinner?
Leftover pizza?
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to take that to work or not.
No. There is no bad answer to what do you want to have for dinner. Sometimes it's just not the answer you want to hear.
Right. So it's a black ink. Okay. I was wondering what you're doing. While you're in that frame of mind, do you want me to bring over the bike bases? Or are the bike bases done?
I don't know what you mean.
You have your 20 some odd bikes there. The
Oh.
bases are done. The only step that's missing is that.
Oh yeah, bring it on.
Yeah. Since you're literally doing that right now. Okay. So how many do you want to do? Do you just want to do all of them, or do you want to just do...
9 plus 3 plus 3, 18.
18, all right.
No. Yes. No. 15. 15.
9 plus 3 plus 3 is 15. 1,
Yes,
2, 3,
15.
4. 5, 6.
You can bring the platter.
All right.
Please bring me my platter
I
of
mean, you have the
faces.
Warwalker bases in there too, so.
Thank you.
Hi, Blizzard. You know what? While I'm up, there were some other things I wanted to grab.
Oops, 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 oopsie doopsie.
Oopsie doopsie.
Yes, sir. There you go. The bikes have small bases?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
So when I did my bikes, I didn't like the small bases because I'm a glutton for punishment, so I put them on larger ones. That made more sense to me. And then they just came out with, they doubled down and put them back onto the 32 millimeter bases. So
Okay.
they're technically supposed to be the clear plastic flight stands, but those look silly. So
They do.
which is why I have them all on 32 millimeter plastic bases with a nail through it.
Okay. Can I help you with anything?
Is that me or the dog?
You?
No, I'm just looking for stuff.
Okay.
Nah. There.
What you looking for?
I am looking for random things.
Joy and happiness!
I'm always looking for joy and happiness. So, actually, I need to message Justin. I want to see what size his assassin. He wanted a base for his Vindicar assassin, and I want to put it on a pillar. I think it's fun.
Oh, you should use the pillar that we got at the...
Yep, I have it right there.
That's why we're married, you know that, right?
Because we think alike.
Yeah. Up. I believe, before going live, we should choose a topic. Oh, you know what we did not do?
What did we not do?
We did not go see Oppenheimer.
No, well, I'm okay with that.
You don't want to see Oppenheimer?
We just saw the Meg 2, and the Meg 2 will always be my favorite movie for all.
Ever.
I can never think of a movie that will surpass that, so we should just skip all the movies.
I cannot believe.
No, we can see Oppenheimer. When do you want to see it?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be in the theater next weekend.
Wow. I don't know either. We'll take a look.
Can we go to a real theater
We can go to a real theater.
with AC and no mosquitoes?
Actually, so the mosquitoes weren't that bad.
It's because I was covered in DEET.
You were covered in DEET?
Yeah.
Well, one of us was. I wasn't.
Maybe that's why they stayed out of the house. They started coming in and then their eyes were like...
I murdered all the mosquitoes.
Up. Matt, no need drones anymore. And I saying something.
Are you saying something? Yes.
No, and I saying something.
Oh, okay.
The computer is too far from my eyes.
You know who liked your power club on your sister's Battle Crusaders? Sean loved your power club.
Hey!
But Sean is an innocent person. He didn't get it until I said something.
You guys said a power weapon can be anything.
It is. It can be. Anything you want it to be.
So it can be a power club.
It can be a power club. It
That
could be a
looks like-
power pickaxe. It could be a power hammer.
That looks like Bub. Bub. Bub? Bub. Battery operated boyfriend.
And canceled.
You don't get canceled for that.
I love that model though. It's so cool. Now that you physically pointed it out, I can't unsee it.
I did not point it out. Kramer pointed it out.
Kramer did point it out.
I cannot unsee it. Now I have a sister who is walking around with
It's a Crusader. He's crusading to help out the Sisters of Battle.
He's crusading all right. He is using 1950s medicine to make sure that they don't get hysterical.
Oh my goodness.
And historically accurate.
It is historically accurate.
The best kind of terrible joke.
Let me go get the Crusader with his power club.
I like the power club.
It does the job. It gets it done. This Crusader don't need no other power sword. He has a power club.
For context, Brandon said, power weapon can be anything you want. They don't have to be power sword or power axe. To which I was scavenging through bits, looking for a fun power weapon, and I found a club. And I'm like, clearly, I need a power club.
Yeah, it's a power club, and it's ribbed for the enemy's enjoyment, I guess. I still think this is a cool looking Crusader. So
it is a cool looking Crusader.
Because the Crusaders are metal or fine cast or whatever they are now, and difficult to get. Eloise took some extra Sisters of Battle she had and gave them Tomb King shields and random power weapons. So there's like a mace and a power club and 2 axes. And it's a club. It's a power club. It's a spiky baseball bat.
At no point when that girl was made was it anything but a club. And then we sent a picture to Kramer. And Kramer said, well, power club, all right. And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And what has been seen cannot be unseen, and I don't want to redo it. Because I
love it. You will not redo it. It's amazing.
I don't want to put more time and energy into Sisters.
So, I mean, we have some power axes. We have a power mace. See, it looks cool. I also like how at some of the models you're like, I'm going to highlight in red. And then like other ones you're just like, I am never doing this again.
So the first unit that I ever did in black, I highlighted purple and then I highlighted red over it. Because someone told me that that's how you do black. And then I decided...
I like the red. I think it's an interesting...
Hannah is talking.
Anna says the Crusader is armed with the interrogator.
It is. It is. And I can promise to anyone... Oh, well, we were on stream when I made those. Like, I cannot contain bad jokes. So if there had been any kind of foreshadowing in making it something sexual, I would 100% have told it out loud. And I did not.
Yeah, because to me, before Kramer identified that, and before you painted it pink, it was a Dark Angels, Black Knight, close combat weapon. That's it. And now I don't have any of those clubs on my models, but I want to put some of those clubs on those models and paint them pink because I have a bunch of them.
It's purple.
Is it purple?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Actually, I'm gonna go grab a drink and blow my nose. So let me put that mic down, and I'll be back.
Can I ask you to refill my water, please?
Yeah.
It's sitting behind me.
We've also been rocking out for 2 hours, so let me know if you want.
Well, I'll finish the bases, and then I should be at a good stopping point. Just because I have no clue how to make the bikes color-wise look like Void Ray. And I've been looking at them side by side for a hot minute now. So, I don't know. So I've been actively procrastinating and doing literally everything else but painting those bikes like Void Rays. Because active procrastination is real. If he insists a bit, I'm quite sure that I'm going to play instead of painting them, just so that I don't have to paint them. That's where I am mentally on those Void Rays right now. Up. Up. Bonjour mon blibli. Hello mon blibli d'amour. Blizzard. Ooh. Ah. I was about to do a puppy cam, but someone made noise upstairs, so the dogs are on a mission. Hey! Bonjour vous. I need to make more. I'm dried out with the crackle paste already. Up. So how can I paint that like a Void Ray? Because I had painted, I don't know if I have any laying around. I had painted some of those. No, they're all gone. Gone! Because it looked like crap, so I painted over it. I had painted just the tip of, yay, there you go, the last one. So I had painted just the tip up, like just the tip, like a, thank you very much. Ow. Tooth pain is real.
Do I need to call down the street tomorrow?
I keep forgetting to call the dentist. So I had painted the tip like a crystal, hoping that it would give me Void Ray vibe, and it gave me clown with a cold vibe. So I don't know how to make them look like Void Rays. Oops. want to actively procrastinate with me?
Me?
Yeah.
I always like actively procrastinating with you.
Because I don't know how to make those bags look like void rays. If you want to Google void rays, see what they look like.
Sure. Those are...
Void, like my brain.
Yeah.
Ray, like X-ray.
Alright.
You know what I mean?
Alright, so explain what you're trying to do.
Paint that like that.
I think it's just an issue of just having more panels that are blue and some glow effect. Because like it has the tip.
The tip. So.
And then it has like random fins on it that are blue.
Okay, so I still need to do the tip and random fins. Okay.
But the tip isn't like a normal blue, it's like a glowy blue. And then you have some... Here, I think this is probably better. Of course, this is the smallest possible picture. You see how there's glowy blue and then blue, which I guess would be the color of the
armor. Yeah.
I think you just need to have two different shades of blue.
Okay.
So, and since you're going with blue, since you want to be player number 1, I guess.
Oh no, you choose your color. Well, ish.
Well, I know Age of Empires and 2, you can choose your color, like you have 8 choices, but if you don't, player 1 is blue, player 2 is red, player 3 is yellow, player 4 is green. So I'm going to assume that you want to be player 1.
No.
I have so many bases to do still.
I want to be your player 2.
Oh. In StarCraft, you could be player number 1, though.
Huh?
In StarCraft, you could be player number 1, though.
Yeah. I mean, in this household, yeah.
I'm not.
In real life, I still suck.
Should we get a second computer so you and I can play StarCraft against each other and you can just completely destroy me?
No.
Would that bring you joy?
Destroying you?
Yeah.
No. As a rule of thumb, I am not one of those people who like destroying their significant other. And I think that's why when we play 40k in tournaments, you seem to take great pleasure into rolling me over, and that hurts my little heart. A lot. And I know that you take great pleasure out of playing the game. Plus I'm around, so it's cool. And you're winning, so it's cool. But still hurts my heart. And I do strongly believe that that's why a lot of 40k spouse are like, you know what? I don't want to play your game because...
Yeah.
Oh, the dogs are still outside?
Well, Blizzard came inside because Blizzard likes hanging out with us more than he likes going outside.
That's true. Up. Is Anna still here?
I'm assuming so.
Working on orcs. Alright, I need to be conscious of time. Because last Sunday, the Sunday before, we was not conscious of time.
Well, right now it's 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So
I finish my bases and then we go.
Yeah, get some meat.
Will you be at a good stopping point?
I mean, I'm at a good stopping point whenever you're at a good stopping point. Because I'm just working at one base at a time, and I'm not finishing this tonight, so I will do my best to get as much done as I can. But because I want to build some like stairs on these guys and some of them, let me just set those 3 aside. I want to build some stairs on the characters. And then some of them are going to have cracked filler pieces. Yeah. So I'm just kind of going with it.
Up. Oh, baby-doo.
Anna is still here. We do appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Making it more enjoyable. It's easier to do this when we're not only talking amongst ourselves, but when we're talking with others and our friends.
Well, when we're talking amongst ourselves, we usually talk about
Random shit, like why The Meg is the worst movie of 2023. You know what we still haven't seen and I still really want to see?
Mario!
Cocaine Bear.
As well.
That is the correct answer.
As well.
I would see Mario. I think Mario looked like a really fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
Was it good? I don't know. A lot of people really enjoyed it, though.
You know, sometimes things don't have to be good or bad. Sometimes things can just be fun.
I mean, the Barbie movie was fun.
The Barbie movie was fun.
It's a little weird. Very, very pink. I mean, I knew that going in. Like,
what?
You know, I mean, go figure. A whole movie based on the color pink. I think didn't they copyright that? Jesus, dog's going ballistic. I heard that they had to create this pink, and then they copyrighted it.
Mattel or?
Not Mattel, the people making the movie.
That's weird.
Because
I mean, besides
they didn't want it to.
Besides Anish Pakar, I do not expect people to copyright colors, but Anush Pakar? What's that? What's this dude's name? The dude who owns Venta Black or Black 3.
Black 3. Sounds like a horror movie.
I think it's Venta Black that he owns.
The darkest dark black.
Yeah. I mean, it was a darkest dark black for a minute, and then a darker black came out.
You know, it's like there's not like a race to, you know, make additional colors or anything.
I mean, because of that, there is someone who made the pinkest pink. And to buy the pigment for the pinkest pink, or paint for the pinkest pink, you have to sign a paper saying that you are not Anush Bakar or whatever the dude's name is.
But no, I think what happened was they wanted to. They knew how popular the Barbie movie was going to be, or they were expecting it to be so popular, that they wanted to control how the pink was being used to make sure they didn't run out, I guess. Because like, I mean, you saw the buildings and the clothes, and like that's a lot of.
I think they ran out of pink pigments. Like there was a worldwide shortage of pink pigment.
Yeah. It's a lot of pink they used.
What's Anna saying?
She's talking about Jack Black was very entertaining as Bowser.
Oh, Jack Black is Bowser?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You hadn't heard that?
No. I don't know where I was when the movie Mario was advertising, but I did not see a lot of advertisement for it.
Well, we don't really watch TV, but, you know. Like
I must have been in there.
It was still on YouTube and stuff.
I must have been
You know what? This is probably going to sound sexist. I bet you it was advertised to people who like games and men.
I like games and men. I don't know what the problem is.
You're not physically a man. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know how like with Facebook ads.
Oh, like I have pros and you have Mario movies.
You don't fit the algorithm for advertising for Mario movie.
Well, clearly they don't do it well.
I mean,
I like games.
Women gamers are a larger demographic of gamers than men gamers.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you include mobile phone, yes.
Mobile phone games are a game. I mean, yes. You can gatekeep all you want and say, oh, this wasn't a game, but it is a game. And anyone who gatekeeps can fuck off.
Are you having fun? Yes.
Yeah, that's the point of a game.
Is it a game then? Yes. Are you playing it on a screen? Yes. So it's a video game. Do-babby-de-babby-de-boo.
I mean, they do that same shit with 40K, where it's like, oh, well, you know, blah, 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 blah. Are you a real 40K gamer? I'm like,
no, I'm not.
You are.
My favorite thing of the game is what I'm doing right now. Pluk, 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 pluk.
Perfect.
Pluk, 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 pluk.
The poop factor with Eloise.
That's my favorite part of the game. That and drinking my opponent's tears. But
well, that escalated. I still think it was hilarious. So when you were playing that game and the guy was just like, he wasn't cheating. He just didn't know what he was doing.
Which one?
Remember when you beat Gene Stealer Colt? And you're like, oh man, your Feel No Pain is different.
That poor dude though. He was really bad.
And then Kramer overheard what you said, and I just felt bad for you, so I let you do it.
I mean, that's true. My Feel No Pain is 1 per damage, like everybody else's Feel No Pain. And not 1 per wound, but that poor dude was... I mean, it was already, 95 to 15 at this point? What's the point of me correcting him on his Feel No Pain, you know?
It was still pretty funny. We all got a good laugh out of it.
We did have a good laugh out of it. Well, you guys did have a good laugh out of it. I just thought I was nice.
Well, yeah, I thought you were nice. Like, you handled it, went nicely. And that guy went on to get last place, you know?
I mean... That was, until last weekend, the only exposure that I have ever had to Gene Stealer Colt, by the way. Were they dead? Were they dead?
No. I think Gene Stealer Colt, by definition, is just a very complex army, and there's lots of moving parts, and it's also very expensive. So I think people are...
That's funny, because when I was watching it last week, it just seemed boring to death.
Well, it's a new edition. They were, for a very long time, a very difficult, annoying army to play. I think they're a boring army. I have zero desire to play that.
it could also be because...
You were watching Stephen Crawley play Gene Stealer Cult?
No.
I mean, you were watching Stephen Crawley play Gene Stealer Cult?
Yes, but that's not why it was boring. Don't make me say what I did not say. No, but you know how Lyle's list was boring and Kyle's list was boring and nobody was happy with their list because everybody took lists that were super biased in one direction for one purpose and one purpose only and not fun lists.
Yep.
So maybe Gene Stealer Cult is actually funny. It's just you need to have a list that's fun.
All Gene Stealer Cult is it's the equivalent of the Taliban, you know, in 40k form.
The Taliban?
Yes.
Like
the domestic terrorist group, or the international terrorist group, Al Qaeda.
Okay.
Done?
I am at a good stopping point.
Alrighty. Well, I mean it's 8:15 almost, so we'll give it a call there. So, and I think we're gonna go get some dinner and let the dogs in before they murder some chickens in the backyard.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you for keeping us company, and we'll be sure to post some pictures in the Death or Glory group so everyone can see the final product as we get it done.
Hopefully it won't look like crap.
You're doing a pretty good job so far. The Warwalkers look pretty good. So, but thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you, Hannah.
And I think your microphone's been off the entire time, so...
No.
Oh, it's on. Okay. Alright, we're heading out. We're going to get pizza.
Bye.
Bye.